Welcome back as always, guys. Ooh, that one's hot. It's good, but it's hot. Alright. This is another one of those I meant to get this up a long time ago videos and life just conspired against me. But wanted to show it to you because I felt like it was important. Because as always, I like to show you guys stuff that I'm using and tell you why I like it. So this is the fairly new Khyber Optics MDO mini dot optic. So Khyber Optics is the optics line that my friend NC Scout over at Brush Beater started up and is having done. He has got a number of optics planned. Some of them are already available on the website and other ones are on the way. This was one of the first ones and I've been trying it out, checking it out. I really like it, hence why I'm telling you about it. So as you can see, it has found a home on my Draco. And so just a little bit of personal thing. For the longest time on my Draco, I've been running a primary arms micro prism, the original Gen 1 Cyclops. I think it was like the very first one I ever got. And it's done great on here. But after playing with the Khyber Optics MDO, I finally forced myself to break out of my normal consistency and do something I normally don't like to do, and that's change something. Unlike some folks, once I get something set, whether it's a piece of gear, a firearm, whatever, I like to leave it alone. I don't like to change stuff around without a good reason. This is on here now. It's going to stay on here, and that should probably tell you that there's a good reason. So, as you can see, it is a fairly small optic. It does not take up a lot of space. It is a simple projected red dot type optic. It's going to come in a nice little box. Oh, excuse me. Eyes are itching. Allergies. In the box, you're going to get all the usual stuff. You get a nice little cleaning cloth. You get your appropriate Allen wrenches and Torx wrenches. And you get the optic and the base. So, a couple of cool things about this optic. You have a low base right here, the high base here, and the optic mounts on either one of these bases. But the optic itself is an acro pattern, so it will fit on anything that's the same pattern as an acro. On here I've got it on the low base on top of the TWS top cover on my Draco, and it fits perfectly. Here is the taller sight if you need it. I believe if you mount it directly on here, then that gives you a direct co-witness, I believe. Can't remember, I'll have to look. It's not something that I ever really pay attention to. But you'll also get your nice little instruction and data sheet that gives you all the pertinent specs if you're interested. A couple of cool things about this optic. So first off, it's got 3 reticles in it, and you can select which reticle you want. You can see those right here. So you've got almost an EOTech type reticle with a semi-crosshaired circle and a dot. You can select that. You can select just a single dot by itself, or you can select the crosshaired circle without the dot. Those are your 3 options that you can cycle through. It does use a standard 2032 battery, which is great, easy to find, simple to replace, lasts a long time. Speaking of that, it's got a 50,000 hour battery life, and it does have a shake awake feature, so when you set it down, leave it for a little bit, it turns off, pick it up, she comes back on and is ready to go. IP67 waterproof rating, so you can do all the normal things that most of us will ever have to do with one. You can be out in the rain with it, you could drop it in a puddle of water, you could drop it in a ditch full of water, you could swim across the creek with it, probably even swim across the river with it. Probably not a good idea to try to do beach-borne insertions via submarine with it. Probably won't work for that. Again, realistic things that most of us will normally be doing in the course of events. Let me put the Mark I Motto reading assist devices on and make sure I didn't miss any of the perfect or any of the important specs. There's 10 brightness settings. Forgot to mention that. The click values on adjustment are half MOA, which is fine for most of what we'll be doing. And that's about it. So the astute among you might be asking, well, you've got problems with red dots and your astigmatism. It just screws with them and just doesn't work for crap. Yes, you are correct. That is indeed the case. However, the cool thing about this optic that I have come to find is that with its size and placement that I've got it on the gun, while the dot itself is a little bit blurry and does the usual multiple oblong star thing that my astigmatism provides, the dot's small enough that I can actually kind of generally figure out where it's at, and in conjunction with the circle I can get man-size hits on regular targets pretty easy. Again, keeping in the context, it's not a precision optic, it's not a precision gun. I'm not trying to do laser beam eyeball socket shots with it. It's a general purpose fighting gun, defensive gun, whatever you want to call it. I want it to be minute of man. Can I throw it up and hit a man-sized target at 100 yards with it? Yep. And can do it quite easily and quite quickly. So you'll notice that the optic is fairly streamlined. There's not a lot of stuff hanging off of it. So on the right side right here, you have got the battery compartment. You have got your wind adjustment here, elevation adjustment up top, and then on the left side you've got your two buttons that go up and down. Those are for adjusting the brightness. You hold the top button down and it'll cycle through the reticles, and then you use both of them to turn it on and off. Simple. As you can see, very streamlined. Like I said, there's nothing to get snagged on, nothing to get hung up on. It is very low profile. This would be right at home on a handgun if you like running red dots on handguns. It would be right at home on an AR. It would be right at home on an AK. Wherever you want to put it at, it'll be right at home. I really do like the compact size. It makes it real nice when you throw it up to not have a lot of stuff going on around you. It's just, bam, it's right there. And I also will say too, the emitter on it is actually pretty doggone nice, because it doesn't have, what's the right word I'm looking for? It doesn't have kind of the pixelated fuzziness that some reticles have. It's very, very crisp and clear, and bright. Obviously, the reticle itself makes me think of looking at like an LED. kind of thing. So if I can see it good with my degrading astigmatism affected eyes, then those of you with better eyesight than me you're gonna love it. Have no problem with it whatsoever. These come in on the website at $1.99 to $200. $200 for an optic that size with the features that it's got, I'm going to say is a pretty doggone good bargain. This would be right at home if you're just getting started out and just getting your first weapon, all the way up to experienced people. It will work for a host of folks. And yes, before anyone asks, it hasn't gotten its obligatory paint job yet because I just have not had time. That will be rectified in the not too distant future, so chill out. I can already hear you typing. Speaking of beginners, this is definitely an optic I would recommend for someone who's just starting out, just learning, just getting your first weapon, whether it's AR, AK, whatever. I would definitely recommend this. The simplicity of it and the size of it makes it very easy to learn how to use and to start shooting with. There's not a lot of stuff you got to worry about. There's not a lot of knobs and buttons and controls and 1,500 different features and all this kind of stuff. You simply turn it on, adjust the windage and elevation, and start shooting. It's as simple as that. So, and yes, I know you can say that about a lot of other optics. You just put them on, adjust the windage and elevation, and start shooting. What I'm saying is there's not a lot of, you're not having to worry about knobs and dials and all kind of other stuff. It's good, simple stuff for people starting out. Again, even us more experienced folks might can find a use for it. I know I have. It is a very good addition to my Draco. As much as I still love my primary arm stuff, I don't want to say it definitively, but in the couple of range trips I've had with this, inside of 100 yards, I almost feel like this might, for me, subjective opinion of one, might be a little bit faster, if that's a thing. I just find it when I'm coming up on target, bam, it's there, and I'm not really searching for a whole lot. And it's just put the reticle on target, squeeze the trigger, and bink, it hits. So some of you may have already seen the little short clip that I put up running this at the range. I'll probably tag it onto the end of this just so y'all can get another glimpse at it if you hadn't already seen it. I was running it from 50 yards all the way out to about 125 yards, and braced at a $125. You just put it on the target and pull the trigger, and it hits. It was that simple. So anyway, good stuff if you're looking for things like this or in the market for it. Khyber Optics Mini Dot Optic. I just call it the Khyber Mini. Check it out. I will put a link in the description box for you if you want to go take a look at it. As always, doesn't matter what you've got, doesn't matter how crazy, fancy, expensive, cheap, or anything else it is. If you don't get out and practice with it, train with it, and use it, it is worthless to you. It is nothing more than a glorified, expensive paperweight. So go do the things. Take care, guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you later. Yeah, it's a good parting cup.
Ordo non canta ad vitam, canta da mortem a memoriam, ad perseverantiam. Rex nostra rigida non liquet, non fluit, sed donat, et fit rituali. Officium mortis, sine cor, sine calor, sine misericordia, et ett kor i